Hello everyone and welcome to Procurement in the Park, my weekly YouTube channel where I explore the hot topics relating to procurement, suppliers and supply chains. Today I want to talk about what appears to be a looming crisis in corporate procurement functions, namely collapsing morale in the wake of the global pandemic and what CEOs and CPOs can do about it. You would have thought that now we have found ways of countering COVID-19 and getting beyond the pandemic, we would be seeing a rise in confidence and optimism. But over the past few months, I've visited many companies and spoken with many senior executives. And I've been shocked to find that procurement functions are really struggling with a burned out and somewhat dejected workforce. Even those that did great during the pandemic, or maybe specifically those that did well during the pandemic. At those companies, the staff did a truly amazing job. They managed to procure a steady flow of semiconductors when these little miracles of technology were in extremely short supply. As a result, and against the odds, they were able to keep the factories open, carry on manufacturing products, and satisfy customers. But have the procurement managers been rewarded for their hard work and the high performance? Of course not. Now they are as busy fighting inflation as they were fighting the semiconductor shortage a year ago. Of course, low morale is not unique to procurement functions. And it may be that the companies I have visited and the people I have spoken with are unrepresentative. Only a global survey will find out. But if, as I suspect, low morale in procurement functions is a widespread problem, then CEOs could be storing up a problem with potentially dire consequences for their companies. That's because no other function offers CEOs the same opportunity to create products and services that are lower cost, higher quality, more innovative, more sustainable, and faster to market at lower risk. The crisis therefore needs to be tackled if companies are to bounce back from the economic storms they have suffered over the past few years. But what can CEOs and CPOs do? My answer may sound a little bit left field, but I think they should investigate the potential of a Japanese philosophy of life called Ikigai. I'm a big fan of Japan and Japanese thinking, and I forever admired one particular Japanese car. In my latest book, Profit from the Source, which is published by Harvard Business Review Press, I and my co-authors from Boston Consulting Group trace the history of modern procurement and pay tribute to the critical part played by Japanese engineers. Notably, Toyota's management genius Daiichi Ono. We single out a series of hugely influential ideas, including Kanban, or just-in-time manufacturing, Kaizen, or continuous improvement, and Keiretsu, a collaborative network where a company and its top suppliers invest in each other's businesses. In my view, Ikigai could be equally influential. Ikigai is a conjunction of two words that together mean a reason for being, or to put it in another way, life purpose. Also, it was first popularized in the 1960s. The origin of Ikigai have been traced back to the island of Okinawa, Japan's fifth largest, which lies closer to Taiwan and Shanghai than it does to Tokyo. There, the people are renowned for their way of life and their astonishing longevity. It has an uncommonly high number of people over the age of 100. To find our Ikigai, we need to establish four things: what we love doing, what we are good at, what we can get paid for, and what the world needs. Where all four answers intersect, that's our Ikigai. I can hear you saying, so how does this relate to procurement? Well, if you love doing a job that has real impact on your company and pays handsomely, and if you're good at it, then procurement is for you. If in addition you want to do a job that the world needs right now, then procurement could be where you discover your Ikigai. The world is crying out for energetic, innovative, entrepreneurial people who can help solve the global supply chain crisis and get the global economy working again. Not only this, but more companies need procurement executives who can help them cut their companies and their suppliers' environmental footprint and thereby address the climate change crisis. In other words, in my opinion, there's no other corporate function that, in theory at least, offers you the chance to fulfill all four elements of Ikigai. I say in theory because in practice, most procurement functions are not set up in the way I think they should be and could be. Too many CEOs fail to make the most of their company's procurement capability. In most companies, the procurement function is simply tasked with focusing on supporting the corporate strategy and decreasing costs. Ideally, the procurement function should be tasked with focusing on shaping the corporate strategy and driving profitable growth. In my book, Profit from the Source, I offer a 10-point blueprint for how CEOs can transform their procurement function in this way. It draws on the practices of some pioneering companies, especially those in the technology sector. If CEOs follow the blueprint, and CPOs have a critical role in educating them to do this, then I firmly believe that they will solve their moral crisis. That's because they will create the kind of corporate function where people truly find their life purpose, their Ikigai. Thank you for watching. I'm Christian Schuh, and this is Procurement in the Park.